I went in with my girl, and they're like, yo, you can sit down. You want to take a personality test? So I'm all about like freedom. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to take a personality test. I walked up in there. They're basically telling you shit that you can learn off YouTube. Like, oh, this shit, you got to stay calm. You got to stay zen'd out. This is that and the third. But it was garbage, bro. And it's like, hey, like, but if you come to us, we'll teach you how to take control of your life. So you know how everybody be on Instagram and they be selling courses and shit? Like, I could tell you how to make $1 million, but give me 1,000. That's basically what it is. That shit ass. I was sitting here like, look, you're telling me how to do this, that, and the third. I went home, I researched it. This shit crazy. It's like some cold shit. I talked to a security guard out here at 2 o'clock in the morning. Bro said he got no bread, bro. No type of motion. He's like, bro, they don't pay me at all. I was like, well, I make music, bro. You should follow me on IG. I don't have a phone. I gave it up. So I was like, that's not bad though. It's not bad because, you know, technology really fucked everybody up. You know, it boosted everybody's ego and it separated everybody from reality. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna judge you crazy. But I was like, bro, you can't listen to music. You can't. He's like, nah, we can't do none of that. I'm like, and all your money, what do you do with it? He's like, oh, I just give it back to them. For what? So I'm thinking like, where are they living? My homie told me right now they got bunk beds in this bitch.
Oh, is that what this is?
Well, they don't live. The ones that you deal with here, they do not live here because that would violate the law. You can't work and live in the same place while making no money. That's trafficking. So the ones that work here get shipped to the blue building over on the east side
The
of
big
house.
ass one.
The big one.
That shit big as fuck.
The old hospital. Now imagine what a hospital room looks like. Imagine an old hospital room. Now imagine put 4 to 6 bunk beds in there. And you're sleeping there with a bunch of grown people. That's what life is like.
And this is my advice to y'all, right? If y'all gonna sit here and pay them thousands of dollars to tell you what to do with your life, I'll do it for you, $600. I'll cut y'all a deal. I'll tell you exactly how to fix your motherfucking life. Because these boys gonna have you cooped out.
Well, here's the thing. The ones you were talking to, right? They get paid $47 a week allowance. They get $0, but they get an allowance of $47.
They didn't like how it's called about their bullshit.
But here they are saying that they know how to fix your life. While they're working 110 hours and they're wearing those
Y'all know me.
and they're gonna fix
You
your
know how
life.
much money I got? You know what I'm saying? Look, they didn't like it. I was like, look, honestly, they're like, how did you like our program? I was like, look, the video, I really couldn't relate to it. There was nothing y'all told me that I could be like, all right, yeah, thank you for helping me. I'm ready on my shit. So I think their whole, from a businessman perspective, I think their whole gimmick is to prey on the weak of people that they're lost. They don't understand what they're doing. They take control of them. If you know what the fuck you're doing and you following God, baby, you straight.
He is 100% right. They take advantage of people who are, listen, look at where we're at, right? So you have a lot of people that come from out of town. They say, come out here to have a career in acting, in music.
They chase their dream.
Chasing that dream, and it doesn't go well for them. And they're down and out on their luck. And they're out here and they're trying to find something.
Scientology.
And then these people are saying, we're going to help, you're going to come with us and we're going to save the world and you're going to travel the world and whatever health conditions you have, we're going to take care of them. And you know what? We're going to make sure you don't have to pay any bills. You're going to come live with us. Yeah. Again, but they're sleeping in bunk beds. And like you said, he doesn't have a phone.
Too grown for that shit.
But he doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have access to the internet in any way. He doesn't have access to his family. At best, he's able to email them and they screen those emails. So they're completely disconnected.
That's crazy. This is how I feel, right? Whether you believe in God or not, that's fine. Your own beliefs, your own beliefs. They believe in a lizard person. You understand? They believe like there's a fucking reptile up there and if you give all your money to them till like you finally blow up, it's like, or you finally die, suppose you're gonna be able to see him. You gotta donate every cent of your living being, like every cent I'm gonna give it to you and hopefully I can see this lizard in the sky. Boy, you cracked out.
Well, it's a little different. It's actually like the Xenu in the sky and L. Ron Hubbard in the sky. I'll tell you the story. I told the story many times.
Crack to me.
So 75 billion years ago, there was overcrowding in another galaxy. So they took 1 billion people and they froze them, popsicle people. They put them on a DC-8 aircraft. This is billions of years ago, millions of years ago. Brought them to Earth, brought them to Hawaii, dropped the popsicle people in the volcano, then dropped a hydrogen bomb on the volcano. Their spirits rose up. They captured the spirits. They brainwashed the spirits. And then they flung them out. And they're attached to every one of you guys. Every one of you guys had these spirits called Thetans.
Yeah.
And they want to help you get rid of those spirits because once you do that, you'll be able to live forever. You have no insecurities. You'll be great. But it's going to cost you a couple $100,000.
I'd rather open up a Burger King or some shit. That's crazy. Look,
it's going to cost you a lot of money.
I'm good.
It's going to cost, and you know what? If you want to learn all the lessons, because there's 8 different levels. You have clear, OT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To get to the top, you're paying about $1 million. That's like Tom Cruise.
That's Tom Cruise.
Yes. You're getting $1 million. And if you ever read it, you go look on WikiLeaks. It's out there on the internet. You can read all these things.
Yeah.
They're going to pay all that money for them. You can read it for free.
So are you here to like tell people the knowledge?
I'm here to make
shit?
sure.
We gonna walk up in this bitch?
Nah,
if you do, it's a waste of time. I swear to God, I walked in there. It's lame
to make sure that they don't prey on people, to put them out of business. They're an abusive cult. They're out here in my community.
Fuck yeah.
Disrespecting our community.
Fuck yeah.
They have no right to be here. We're going to put them out of business. And on top of it, see that sign right there? That's it. The one right here. This one right here. No, it's this first sign.
Yeah.
This is the first hotel in Hollywood. The first one. This is a historic building. It should be used for something different than perpetuating this cult.
Damn bullshit. So on 3, everybody, we're gonna say fuck Scientology. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Fuck Scientology. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Fuck them niggas, man. Live your life, man. Pray to Jesus Christ. That's a true Lord and Savior. Y'all don't believe in it? Then pray to whatever the fuck you pray to.
Pray to Scientology.
A lizard in the sky is not it. Nah, fuck. I like you, man. You cool. What's your name?
William.
Kilo.
Kilo.
Y'all have a blessed night. Y'all look like rockers, man. What's up with y'all, man? You know, I'll be doing business.
How many times you tell that whole Xenu story?
A couple thousand.
You got it down pat.
No, I didn't know it was good this time.
No,
I stuttered a little bit. I could have delivered it a little better.
This guy's taking it all in.
How you doing, brother?
How's it going?
You alright? You know about this place, right? You know, you don't mess with that place. So again, they used to be out here for a long time. He's had 5, 10 people out here recruiting. And we started having crowds way bigger than this, 50, 60, 70 people, 100 people. And we'd match up with the recruiters when they're walking around and warn every individual person what they're doing. Because again, they're saying you want to take a personality test. It's just a scam. They're just trying to get information about you so they can make the sale. We warned them about that, and what happened is over the course of a few months, they shut down. Like what you see right now, they shut down for a full year. Just didn't come out. Doors closed, doors locked. And lately, for the last couple of months, they're trying to come back out here again, and we're not going to allow that to happen. You know, this right here represents about 70% of, or I believe 70% of Scientology's revenue in LA, right here. And by shutting them down, we are hurting their money tremendously.
We saw one when we were driving through like Ventura area.
Oh, there is one in Ventura? Are they recruiters at a mission, or is it a...
I don't think they don't recruit over there. I don't think they recruit over there. I think it's
Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, outside of here, it's just hard for them. It's hard for them to recruit anywhere. You go to New York City, they're not doing well. From my understanding, is they're not even allowed to use the elevators or turn on the lights upstairs because they don't have the money to pay the light bills. I believe Philadelphia is damn near closed down. So this is a major recruiting place, not just for here. I would say this is the #1 recruiting place, probably in the world. And so again, by shutting them down, we're putting some damage on them. And honestly, you know what it is? Who shut them down? It's not me. It was kids like you who are coming out here. Because my generation, they've always said, oh, Scientology, you don't want to mess with them. They're scary. They'll come after your family. They'll harass you. You're never going to be able to get rid of them. And so older people like me believe that. And so they just wouldn't engage. Whereas you guys came out here for months and months on end, stood right here, and instead of being scared, you guys laughed at them. And they didn't know how to handle that. They freaked out. And this is what the end result is. They've been creeping out here for the last couple of weeks because of you guys, young people. They're gonna end up back inside.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I saw that they closed at 10 p.m. So I just said like find this because I remember I specifically found like these doors in the window in the corner from your videos because I just wanted to come here and mess with them, but they're shut down.
Yeah, they're gonna, even when they're open, people that do walk in there during the daytime, they're like you guys. They just want to either just they're curious to see and they know better than to give like the real name and stuff, or they come in there just to terrorize them. I don't condone that because they like to take me to court. But you know,
why they gonna take you to court?
They've taken me to court multiple times.
Damn, how long you be out here?
We've been protesting.
You're avid, huh? You be in this bitch like,
I mean,
fuck these niggas.
Well, I mean, honestly, for the last, say, year, I haven't been out here really at all because they've been closed. These doors have been closed. Yeah, no, they were shut down.
Why?
Shut down. Because we, see how we have this right here? Imagine
They don't
this,
like that shit.
Imagine this times 10. And you know how they used to have recruiters? So somebody who pulled you in?
Yeah.
When somebody,
he gave me a brochure, I was like, hell yeah.
When he was handing that brochure, when we were out here, we'd have 5-10 people saying, don't do it, and explaining to
I've
you.
probably seen your video before.
Maybe.
If you like one of the people that be out here, yeah. Fuck
Main
it, bro.
man. Take your credit.
Jessica Bombessa.
Streets in LA. Oh yeah, I probably have seen. Yeah,
aren't they like?
Oh boy, got
Are they able to like
134,000
leave
followers.
once they
See, I
get
need
like?
that shit for my
I don't know,
music.
This time, billion-year contract.
Yeah, he's on a $1 billion contract. And yeah, you don't leave. So here's the really messed up part. So they have this thing called auditing. What they do is they hook you up to essentially a lie detector test. It's called an e-meter. And they ask you all your personal questions. So they're going to say, what do you think about your mom? What do you think about your dad? What do you think about your sister? What do you think about your brother? What's the worst thing you've ever done? What are your darkest secrets that you don't want anybody to know about? And they're going to get the answers out of you because they have you hooked up to that lie detector test and they're recording it. And so when you try to leave, all that's on file. And they say to you, it'd be a shame.
They did ask that.
They ask you all these personal questions.
Yeah,
And
I
if
don't
you
think I fit their description. I think that's why they wasn't fucking with me.
Nobody does.
They was just like, oh, like they asked me like, how do you feel about your mom and like how she feels about like what you got going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, I don't know, she support me, huh? Like,
Well,
and then she's like, how about your dad? I'm like, don't really know this nigga. So like, they was like, oh, okay, well,
they're
what
gonna
about your
ask-
family? Yeah, they asked like, how do you feel about, how does your family view you and the like mistakes you've made and like all this personal shit? I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. And it was just like,
yeah,
okay.
sometimes they're at the
They didn't like that.
That's why they didn't like that, right?
It was just like,
because
all right,
if you
bro,
cared,
like-
no, honestly, but if you were like, you know what, here's some personal shit that nobody knows about, my mom doesn't know about.
Use that shit to get you up.
They would have, and then joined Scientology. When you go to leave, they were going to say, you know what, it'd be a shame if they found out this information.
That's why they didn't fuck with me.
Exactly.
I'm free spirited, baby.
that
Mistakes
sounds
I make. We human. We gonna make mistakes.
Right.
If my people don't.
But
fuck
again,
with
like you
me,
said, they
fuck.
prey on the weak.
They do.
They prey on
And the
people,
broken and the lost.
people who are looking for something.
I'm about to come out here and protest with you again. We're
That's
gonna be
what I'm
partners.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna devote 5 hours a week to this shit.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
So
all it takes.
let me know your schedule.
I'll be honest with you, you know, in the last year, I might have put total 5 hours in out here. You know, we used to put like an hour or two in a night, but
I'm
that's
all
all it
with it.
takes.
I'm all with it.
Because you know what? By just being out here and posting this on social media, it's getting out there to the masses. We used to have people come out here from Australia, from Ireland, from Saudi Arabia saying, I watch this stuff, I know about it, I know that Scientology is a cult. So again, you know, things are different now. Social media, we can take advantage of that. They may be $1 billion institution, but as long as you have one of these and a TikTok account or Instagram or YouTube, you can reach the masses in ways that they cannot.
See, your generation's going to phase them out.
Yes.
You guys are all informed. You guys know not to fuck with this bullshit. So you guys are going to phase them out. Hey, 15, 20 years, there ain't going to be no Scientology.
Yeah, there's not gonna be a Scientology.
My advice to y'all: anytime they ask to take a test, go in there and waste their motherfucking time. They gonna get tired of asking people. They be like, damn, bro, they just wasting our time. Like,
They're not going to ask any young people right now because they're going to know.
But man, it's hard to get an older person in here to Scientology, right? Don't you think? Especially trying to get them in a Sea Org. They have to be real broken. I think it's easy to take advantage of young people.
Well, they take advantage of tourists, people that don't speak English.
Well, that's the key thing right here.
That's why they're here.
That's why this is the main recruiting place. Because the people that are coming down this street are tourists, so they have time on their hands. So you can't say, no, I don't have time to take a test. They have free time. You know what they have? They're tourists. They have cash in their pockets. They want to
we
get
was hoping
that.
they was out here today. We was trying to talk to them. That's how we came this way. I was gonna say, yo, can I take another test, please? I think I don't really like my results from last time. Well, you're doing God's work, brother.
You the one who came and educated all of us. I appreciate you sharing.
Firsthand, I don't want to been that. That was a waste of my time, bro.
I appreciate you sharing your experience.
But you never know. You know, I was like, whatever. I heard of this shit before, so it's whack. It's whack as fuck.
It's just key that you're making sure that other people your age understand. Because there are a lot of people who don't know better, you know?
And if it comes from an older perspective, they are at least likely to listen to you.
Exactly.
If they don't know who you are.
Exactly.
Because we so used to older people telling us what to do. It's like, hey, bro, I'm going to go in there now just because you said not to.
And that's why the South Park episode was so important.
Yeah.
Because young people were able to look at that and be like, damn. And then they're showing exactly what they believe in. And so because of that, it's highly effective. It comes across way better than I can explain a Xenu story. You watch South Park episode, they explain that Xenu story verbatim to their teachings.
See how easy that works?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Don't even look, bro. It's a waste of time. Man.
Yeah, he knows.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Where am I not going? Like, what the hell?
And that's also, you see everything's lit up right here, but why don't they light up that Scientology sign? Because they don't really want people to know what it is. They want you to come by here and hand you a pamphlet and say, hey, you want to see a free movie? They don't want you to know that you're walking in there to
That shit garbage.
The movie doesn't even make sense. I call it a mystery sandwich because it's just a whole lot of like stock video and just random words.
See, they'll scalp a guy like that and he'll be like, oh yeah, for sure. I like that. Yeah, this shit ass, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. What does the cross right there have to do?
So isn't that's really deceiving? So that cross right there, it makes it seem like they're associated with Christianity, right? But if you look closely at that cross, it actually has 8 in it. It has a diagonal. So they try to hide that little diagonal part, but they're trying to make it seem like they're associated with Christianity. During Christmas time, that's when we really started to protest hard. They set up a Christmas tree over there, Santa Claus, and they would get families to come in there to the Christmas tree and sit on Santa's lap and try to funnel them in the side door to sell them
Blessings, bro.
coursework.
I'm out of shit.
Take care, brother.
I love y'all. Y'all be cool.
Be safe out there.
Well, they just did it about like what he says about Jesus Christ.
Well, that's the thing, right? So they just had an Easter celebration, right? And it's associated with Christ. But L. Ron Hubbard, the creator of Scientology, said that Jesus Christ was a lover of men and young boys, saying he was a pedophile. Said he had a terrible temper, that he was egotistical and stuff. But at the same time, they're using Christmas and Easter as a recruiting tool. They don't celebrate those holidays. They celebrate L. Ron Hubbard Day and Dianetics Day and other things. They don't celebrate those. But publicly, the only holidays that they celebrate are Christian holidays. Again, they're using other people's holidays to recruit. They don't celebrate. Like, he had bad things to say about Christ, but they come out here for the Christmas parade with their float, and they'll come out here during the Christmas parade trying to recruit. So it's like I said, it's a good question to ask because that's right. So yeah, it's just part of the
They
deception.
just have an Easter celebration, and they don't believe in Jesus Christ.
Anyway, I think we're going for a walk. It was really nice meeting you guys. What's your name, bro?
Thomas.
Thomas?
Yes, sir.
You guys on Instagram or TikTok or?
TikTok and Instagram.
Send me a DM and I'll follow you back.
Yeah, it's Streets LA, right?
Streets LA.
Yeah, I got you.
And just send me a DM to be like, yo, I was out in front, and I'll just follow you back. On all the platforms, whatever.
Yeah, it's good.
It was great meeting you
William,
guys.
right?
Yeah, William.
Yeah, have a good
It
one.
was great meeting you guys, man. Just make sure you be safe out here. Educate people when you can.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice to meet you.
Have a good one.
Take care.
You guys have a good day.
You take care.
Thank you for all this information.
Hey, you guys
Yeah.
might be able